Great day for South Dakota State, for our women's basketball program. Just so thrilled to be a part of the championship. I'm just thrilled to be a part of a team with just so many great young women that we have that I think represent SDSU in such a positive, exciting way. And to see them go out there on the floor and get another championship is just makes me a pretty happy camper, I guess. USD had a phenomenal year, and hopefully they continue to play in the same way that we get to continue to play. But just really proud of what these young women did and excited to see what comes next.
Questions for the student athletes?
Matt Zimmer, Argus leader. Macy and Maddie, I'd like you both to answer this question. Were you cognizant of the fact that this was probably the last game you were going to play in South Dakota, your last Summit League tournament? And if so, or even if not, how did that kind of impact your thoughts and attitudes going into this game?
Yeah, I'd say we thought about it. You know, as seniors coming in here, this is the last time we get to play in the Summit League tournament, and in front of this amazing crowd. I just want to thank Jack Arbit Nation just for all the support you gave. You know, when we started making that run, I thought the roof was going to come off this place, and I just want to thank you guys for that.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about it, and us seniors kind of talked about this is it today, you know, for the last game here, and in front of such a phenomenal crowd, and to play with that kind of energy, and the fans really carried us there down the stretch because, like Macy said, I thought the roof was going to come off this place with how loud it got and how much energy they were providing for us. So, yeah, I mean, we were definitely cognizant of it, and I think it just brought a little extra edge and energy.
Tegan, for you not being a senior, what was it like to watch those two seniors go out and play so well in their last game in the Summit League tournament?
Yeah, our senior class is just so awesome in every aspect, and these two had a phenomenal game. It's so fun to be a part of and to witness them have such great success, and having them be here for the last time in South Dakota, the last game, and to see them perform like that is something really special and fun to watch.
Landon Dirks, the collegian. Tegan, USD was really drawing a lot of fouls early in that game. Speak to the composure and the attitude your team had to play with four people, I believe, picking up 2 fouls early in that second quarter.
Yeah, we knew coming into the game that they're physical. They've always been a physical team, and so picking up fouls is never great, and we had some people in foul trouble, but I thought we responded well and didn't let it get to us, and then some people stepped up when we needed them to.
Maddie spoke a little bit about it already, but just that 22-2 run really turned the tide of the game. There's no other way to say it. Can you just speak a little more to what went into that?
Yeah, I think what I'm so proud of is how this team kept their composure, and no one panicked or there wasn't any negativity. All the talks that we were having were just, hey, we're fine, we're going to get it, we're going to chip away at it. So I think just the positivity and composure that our team played with during that time was really what pushed us forward. And then we had some people making some big shots to really give us that extra push.
Stu Whitney with the Argus Leader. Macy, noticed some clapping, some fist pumps, a little more emotion than we're accustomed to seeing out of you. Was that a natural thing, or did you say, I'm going to get fired up and show a little bit today?
Yeah, ever since coming to college, I've gotten a little more emotional. And maybe this being my senior year in the last Summit League tournament, I think there was just more emotion in me with playing against USD. There was a lot more fire in me, I guess, and just hearing that crowd really pumped me up, our team up.
Macy, Justin Russ from Sioux City Journal, kind of along that same lines. You know, during that stretch that you had, as a personal 9-0 run that helped you take the lead, did you know at that time that you kind of, you know, Madison just made some big shots for it, but did you know at that time you had to take over? This is the time, because it just seemed like the possession before you didn't have the ball in your hand. The next 3 possessions, you're taking it straight to the hoop. Did you know at that time that you needed to take over, you needed to have kind of that big moment there, I guess?
No, I think we did a great job just keeping our composure. This is a team sport, and I thought we did a great job in that run, just getting out in transition and really getting those and ones and getting early baskets.
Maddie, John Gaskins, KWSN Radio in Sioux Falls. In your own words, this is such a familiar scene. Why does this keep happening every year? Why is SDSU always in this moment, this time, Championship Tuesday?
You know, we were talking about it for the game, and AJ always says, he says that you've worked so hard to get here, and there's been a lot of different things that have gone into it, and this team has truly worked so unbelievably hard, and we have total confidence in all of our players, and everyone just seems to step up at these big moments. And again, we're just a very composed team, and we didn't panic. So yeah, I think I would say that was it.
Tegan, there was kind of a perception coming into this tournament and specifically this game that, well, it won't mean as much because everyone thinks both teams are going to get into the NCAA tournament anyway. Is it safe to say with kind of the emotions in that game that never crossed anyone's mind that both teams were trying very hard to win this game?
Yeah, we kind of knew that was a factor in the back of our head, but we never looked at it that way. We came here to win this game and this tournament, and we knew there was a possibility that if we did lose, we'd still maybe get in, but we didn't want to get in that way, and so we got in the right way.
Marcus Traxler, Daily Republic. Macy, specifically about the Summit League record, the all-time scoring record. I know you've kind of been on record watch all year for all these different things, but to do it in this game, on this stage, in the premier event for the conference, did that have any special meaning for you?
Yeah, it's something special. There's obviously a lot of great names up there, but I have to give a lot of credit to my teammates and my coaches just for finding me at the right times, and just for my coaches just having the confidence in me, and and it's obviously going to be something special winning the Summit League tournament along with it.
This is for any of the three of you. Obviously, the three of you made the all-tournament team, but can you just talk about the importance of the supporting cast and how well they played this whole tournament?
Yeah, we are a team that has a lot of talent, and we're very deep, and we are a team that knows that we have confidence in every single one of our players, and so I think it just speaks to our team and how much confidence we have in everyone, and on any given night, we have anyone on the team that can step up and make big shots.
Macy, how much did the game change, or how much of an impact was there when Duffy went down?
She's a great player for them, and she can post up, she can shoot the three, and that hurt them on the offensive end. But they have a lot of other great players on their team that can maybe fill in that role, and I thought they did a great job stepping up in their role.
Do you think USD deserves to be in the NCAA tournament?
I think they deserve it. They're a really good team, and I think it'd be great for South Dakota to have two teams in the big dance.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, congratulations, ladies. You can go celebrate with your team.
That's a
Two
two-hander.
hands for us.
Go ahead with questions for Coach.
AJ, what was that like for you in that moment in the second quarter when you went on that big run? And I mean, it's Macy Miller's last game in this tournament, and she's had such a spectacular career. And for her to kind of turn it on like that the way she did, I mean, that's kind of the proverbial storybook sort of thing. What was that like for you to observe that?
Well, in the moment, I probably don't appreciate it as much as the fans do and everybody else. At that time, we were just trying to manage foul trouble, trying to get back in the game. We just didn't start the way we needed to. We were a little bit flat, I thought, offensively. Foul trouble hurt us, and then Macy just kind of found a way to make some plays there. We got a couple stops. Some of them were in transition, some of them weren't. Obviously, Riley hit a couple big threes during that stretch, but Macy was really seemed to be the catalyst to kind of get everybody going. She played elite basketball in this whole tournament. She really has all year, but I think in this tournament she was an elite player. Had to score in so many ways. Some of those were transition and ones, made threes, free throws. We played her literally today, I think, at the 1, 2, 3, and 4 for us. So she's having to manage a whole bunch of different things going on at the same time, and other players do too. But Macy was elite all day, and that stretch was as good as we can play, and certainly Macy was a big part of that.
Was there a point in the game at all where, because you mentioned kind of how in the moment your mind is on those other things, but where you kind of grasped that while Macy and Maddie are both really playing well today, kind of not so much get out of their way, but sort of ride them to the win, hopefully?
Yeah, that stretch there, we probably didn't do much. We didn't call much. A couple things and some shot clock times I remember, but for the most part, it was just players playing off of energy and emotion. And these championship games, we've obviously had a lot of them, but every one of them has been different. We've had some where we've kind of led from start to finish. Some we've been down double digits. Some we've kind of played back and forth the whole way. And so, part of what makes Maddie and Macy elite is their ability to play through those. You can kind of see when a run gets going how hard it is for teams. At the end of the game, it was hard for us to finish that game. And in that second quarter, it was hard for South Dakota. And being able to manage all of that is a big part of being an elite player. And that's what separates good players from elite players.
AJ, when such a versatile player and linchpin like Duffy goes down early in the game like that, what did you or do you have to do as a coach, if anything, to adjust, or any messages to send? And also, what kind of reactions did you see from your players, either emotionally or just how things played out and the difference it made?
Yeah, it's tough to see any player go down. It was tough when Maya went down in Brookings. This is a different stage and a different atmosphere and a whole different world, so we get that, and that's something nobody wants to see. Honestly, I think we were trying to manage so many things on our side, foul trouble, and we were playing people out of lineup, out of rotation. We never were able to say, hey, listen, let's go at them differently because of that. We were in a zone because of where we were, not because of where they were with their rotation. So does it change the game? It's hard to think that it doesn't, but at the same point, I tell you, Allison Ahrens is really good. And I have felt that way for 4 years. And, I think she gets a lot of credit, but she's really good. We've played against a lot of good players in our league, and she's really good. And she played really well today.
Coach, kind of along the same lines, Allison Ahrens goes on that run. Did it feel at the time Madison's three-pointer to kind of end that run? She hits a three and you're down by 10. She hits a three, you're down by 7. Allison gets another play. Madison hits a three-pointer, you're down by 7 again. Later she gets fouled on a three, makes all 3 free throws. How did those feel big at the time? Because USD could have ran away with it. And it seemed like Madison's the one that kind of kept you right in that stretch. And then a little bit later, Macy goes on that run.
Yeah, I thought that stretch in the third and even early in the fourth, there were a lot of answers. We had a lot of answers as they scored. Yeah, it was just a really good, really second and third quarter for us. And we just seemed to manage kind of the things that they threw at us. So really proud of the team for that.
Aaron, do you think USD has the resume to see the name called next Monday?
Well, I mean, I believe that they certainly deserve to be in the tournament. A couple really important wins, I think. Really important wins. Iowa State and Missouri on the road, really important. And then no real slip-ups. So we'll see. There's still tournaments going on. You just hate for any crazy upsets to impact it, but they're well on their way. And I would think and hope that this is, a springboard for a consistency of this. I don't know how many times we've had these conversations where I think I've always been an optimist saying, yeah, I think we can get 2 teams. And I think a lot of people said, oh, you never get 2 teams. And here we are. Now I'll be an optimist and say, why can't we push for that every year? And I'm sure people will say, no, this is an aberration, and don't get used to it. I guess that's up to us as coaches and programs to try and keep pushing for that. But yeah, I hope it happens now, and I hope it happens in the future.
AJ, one more Macy question from me at least, talking about just the overall impact she's had on your program. She still has some games to play, clearly, and so I don't think the final chapter can be written, but is there any way to sort of look back from your recruitment of her arrival, going through the injuries that she's had, and then to sort of rise to the challenge every time in her career?
Yeah. You love Macy because of who she is as a person. And anybody that's ever spent time around her, she's as good as they come. And we got a lot of players who are as good as they come. But you're asking about Macy. She's as good as they come. And then you see what she's able to do on the floor. That's as good as it gets. And to do that, and I don't think she necessarily or anybody in the family does this, but there's some pressure there. There's some expectation there. And now she's in the state of South Dakota playing on this stage. You're playing against a rival, and to every time answer that bell, she is phenomenal. And it's because she's a phenomenal person that she's able to do these things so well on the court. But I've enjoyed every minute of it, and looking forward to keeping it going.
Time for one final question.
Coach, this is the 5th time you faced USD for the Summit League title in the tournament, and the team is 5-0. Does that speak to the teams you've had, that they step up in the big moments? Does it speak to a dominance that you have at USD in these moments? What's kind of the factor there? Is there just one of the things where the players just step up at the right times?
Well, I think this game is all about this game. I don't know that you can, speak too much outside of what it means for the significance of programs or things like this. In these moments, our teams have really stepped up. And we've had a lot of players, a lot of really good players. And Macy's at the very top, and Maddie is right there too. But over the years, we've had so many really, really good players that thrive in this moment and compete for this moment. And as a coach, I'm just happy to be a part of it and do whatever we can to help them get here, because these are special memories for these young women. women and the people that support our program.
Congratulations, AJ. Thank you.
Thanks.